Hi everybody, I'm outside here. Got Kitty over here in her stroller. She hadn't been out for a few days, so she was really wanting to go. But we finally got our house plants out here, so I just thought I'd show you what we have. A couple of them didn't make it over winter. You know, they always do better outside. But anyway, here we go. Turn this around. There's our Christmas cactus, which blooms more than once a year, it seems like it. I think it was blooming last year around July 4th or something like that. But anyway, it's really nice. It's huge. And we've had that for many years too. I bought it. It was just really little in this little bitty pot. And this is one I need to repot. And this thing has really grown here too. I mean, that is a nice size succulent. Look at the big branches down there and stuff. Yeah, it's looking good. So it's loving it out here. I need to repot that one bad. And I got all these spider plants or babies of this plant right here. We've had this one for many years too. I cleaned out all the dead stuff out of it. And then this one here, the ends were brown on it. I'm hoping that it'll get better. I put some plant food spikes in them. I got them from Dollar Tree. I doubt they would have any more right now, but this is the ones I used. You can look at your Dollar Tree if they have any left over, but these go pretty quick. I've got this one, and I got one for flowers. Flowering. I need to put some of them out there where my flowers are. But you know, all these are, like I said, come from that one. And then I got this little, not little, but you can see all the branches that have died off this one. I trimmed everything. There's a couple new ones coming up. This is a real new one. This has come up real, just like recently. And then here's one right here. And I thought there was one more. Anyway, I trimmed all the dead ones off of it. And I've got some grass clippings down in there. I need to put some in the bamboo as well. And I gave them the plant food spikes. I put 3 in a big pot like this. 3 in this one and 3 in the bamboo. Bamboo's looking a little pale. I think it needs some nitrogen. I know there's some in those plant food spikes, and it takes a while for them to dissolve. But I need to get, like I said, some grass clippings down in there. And look at this little volunteer that it was in with some pepper seeds from Baker's Creek. I mean, it's just like one must have got in there, and it's a dwarf. But look at all the little tomatoes that's starting to come up on it. Yeah, there's a bunch going to be right here. There's a bunch right here. They're all over it, really. So that thing's done really good. I might need to stake it up, but it's pretty sturdy. Just because of the wind, how it gets so bad. I've staked this one up, this Black Beauty, but it's growing taller than the stake. There's the stake right there. I may need to put one of my taller ones. As you can see, it's a Black Beauty, and it's doing really good. I mean, there, and there's another one right down here. This one seems to be doing really well, but you see, I've got it. That's about a 5-gallon, I'd say, pot, and same with this. You got to have big pots, and you got to fill them all the way up. Well, not all the way. I've got them within probably 3 or 4 inches of the top. You got to have plenty of soil in them if you want them to grow. They'll grow according to the pot they're in. I mean, if they're in a real small pot, you're not going to get a huge plant. You know, it'll do what it can because it'll get root bound really quick. I guarantee you, though, when it's time, when this one dies, that whole thing will be full of roots. That's how much roots they get. Even this one probably will. But it's looking very healthy. And I've got grass around both of those. The concentrated, like what comes from when I clean from underneath the mower. It's like grass mush. Hi, kitty. Yeah. You hear that doggy? So how can you not hear it? Take you over here. But I'm getting a lot of tomatoes now. Look at this. Y'all remember the little trays in that video the other day? The little trays they were in? They were probably, you know, that tall. Well, look at them now. And this is the first year that I haven't bought any plants from Evergreen, our local garden center. First year, and everything's doing great. You can see in here. Here's some nice ones right here. They're just pretty much, you know, there's not as many on some of the lower parts of them as I like to see, but they're gonna have plenty up top. You can see all the, I've been just kind of flipping them and stuff instead of using, I've got a electric toothbrush. If you don't ever have much wind and you don't have many pollinators, get you an electric toothbrush. You can get them at Dollar Tree. And I've used that lots of times. You just take it and turn it on, and the vibration will make the pollen, you know, the pollen, it'll move the pollen around to where it pollinates it. So here, I can tell these are definitely Cherokee purples. See the difference in the shape of that? Definitely. Almost looks like a little pumpkin or something. See how this one, they'll have funny places on them. I don't think that's anything in it right there. That's just the way it grew. But you see the grooves, like, so that's definitely a Cherokee purple. This is probably the one, this is either a big boy or a duster. I've got some bigger boy or better boy. I can't remember which one it is. And look at these. They're looking nice. Trying to get them out of the way to where you can see them good. Black beauties. It's the first year I've grown them. Looks like something has pecked at this a little bit right there. A bird. Probably a bird. Just interested. They probably never saw a black tomato and they thought they'd test it out, I guess. Back through here, there's plenty. There's right down in here. And over here. Just everywhere you start moving stuff around, you'll see, you know, more and more of them. There's some more of the black ones in there. You can tell the difference in the plants. I mean, look at like this one, the leaf on this one, but look at this one, totally different than that. This one's got some on it too. But they're doing really well. I'm happy with them. This one's going to be loaded. And that's not little tomatoes, it's going to be the black beauties, but you see how many of them? I'm going to flip us. Just flip it around, but you know the wind will do that for you, even if there's not many pollinators. Oh, by the way, there is some, my bees are back over here. See how this one has come out of the cage? Here, it's not in the cage, but I think it's going to be all right. If I tried to push it underneath this piece here, it would break this. So I'll just get some Velcro and attach it probably right here. That way, if it grows big or further out, you know, and it's going to have tomatoes on it, it'll get too heavy and it'll break the branch. Starting to get lots of blooms on the peppers. You can see them. They're all over. So I'm hoping even half of these turn into peppers. Looks like this one has right here. You can see it Well, I just pulled it off. No, it was already turning, see? Some of them will fall off like that. But look here, here's that one that I showed the other day. It's already bigger than it was then. Okay, I want to see if bees are active right now. I got the little black bees. Here comes some. See them going in. Let's see if they'll come back. You see how they clog up those bamboo? They put the eggs or whatever in there, and then they're born in there, and then I guess they eat the stuff because they get leaves and all kinds of stuff. They're not real active because it's getting later in the evening. But during the day, it seems like around lunch maybe or something, they'll be buzzing around this thing all over it. They've even eaten on that some right there somehow. Or, you know, it looks like they might have scraped these out to be able to use them all. I don't see many right now. I think y'all saw that one go in though. Ants will get up in there some. It's the only problem. I can't spray them or anything either. Cucumbers looking better than the other day. Starting to get their little runners out. It'll grab onto everything. It's trying to focus on that cage instead of me. These are bees everywhere. The birds sit up here and they poop. It's getting free fertilizer. You can see my snake in here, trying to keep these rabbits out of here. Look how much my carrots have grown. And I did a pretty good job planting them. They're so small, the seeds are hard to plant. I mean, without having to really thin them out a lot. And that's aggravating, and sometimes it pulls the others out when you try to thin it out. So I think those will be all right like they are. And these have grown quite a bit since the last time. I was wanting to push this one in, and that's where it grabs a hold of this. There we go. Yeah, they're starting to get blooms. They'll grow. There's a bloom in here. You can see it. I like to see the blooms start. All of these will be green beans. And it'll be like a big bush above this if it grows like it usually does. This is a different type of seeds that I used this year. I wanted one stringless, and the only one I found was Landreth stringless. Then I put this over here, my owl. It'll move around the wind a little bit. It moves around. I thought, why not? And what I did was I took my bird netting. It was just on the lettuce, but you see it's growing fine under there because it can move this. I mean, this could be, it can push up against that and have room, see? I just took it and put it over everything because it was in here eating some of the radishes, the tops of them. So there's the okra. My okra yesterday, some of it was look at that, it's already trying to turn to seed. That one. Unbelievable, no longer than they've been growing. I was looking at some of my leaves over here of the okra, and I looked underneath them, and they had those flea beetle things on them that like eggplants a lot. So I sprayed the bottoms of the leaves of all of it, and I came back out here, I don't know if it was this morning maybe, earlier, and a lot of those, they were eggs of those flea beetles all underneath these leaves, and I sprayed them with my spray, and there's not hardly any on there now. I hope they're all dead. But I'm not believing this one. No wonder, look how big it is. Let's see if I can get in here and get it. It's about too big. That's a nice one. But that's not even the one I was trying to get. What in the world? Is that even a, let's set this here. What? It doesn't look the same. This isn't even a, that isn't a radish. Looks like a weed to me. So I thought it was that radish, but it does need pulled. That's big. There's another one big right here. Where is it? It's not that one. I'm sorry I got that. There's another pretty nice one. Lay that right there for now. Just hope I don't forget. Now I'm taking, just push this back in. The bird netting. The zucchini is starting to really take off, especially that one right there. It looks great. So when I figured I started having trouble after the zucchini started growing on them last year, and that was from squash bugs. And I got probably 16 or something zucchinis, and then all of a sudden they would have holes in them, and you knew those squash bugs were in there and stuff. So it just destroyed the roots and everything they did. They were eating, boring through everything. So I'm starting to spray it. As soon as I see, I sprayed them all yesterday. It hasn't, hurt the plants any, but I can't let, all the time and effort I put into these, I want to get a good harvest out of them, and I don't want them to die premature from a bug. This one, I think it, okay, there's one, see? Let's see yeah, so I sprayed around on this because I don't want, and I'm constantly going to be looking underneath in case they lay some eggs in here. That's a ant. Look like an ant or one of those things. Just inspect them, And there's, of course, the okra. Let's see how many of those are still on here. You can see where it's a little discolored there. There was a bunch on here yesterday, and they're almost all gone. I see a few. See those little black places? That's the flea beetle. I'm just smashing them right now. Wipe my hand off. Yeah, they're not really a flea, I don't think. They do jump though. I've had these daisies, or I don't think they're I don't know what they're called actually. They're like a daisy to me. That might be what they are, but they're starting to bloom. They're starting to look really good. Now, all these, that have little blooms on them will be, they look really good with these purple ones. I'm thinking they're looking great. I like this, if he was, I wish these were a little more mixed in with the purple. But that's just the way they came out. So, everything's doing good here. Okay, kitty. And I haven't been over here in a couple days to look at these others. Let's go over here. Let's see what these are looking like. The gladiolas are growing. They'll get pretty tall before they'll have a bloom. Look at all these seeds though that I planted. They're starting to take off. All of these, I planted all that. I don't even remember what they are now. There's plenty more here that'll bloom whenever they're bigger. But looking good. Okay, kitty, let's go to the of the road. That took up so much time with the garden update, but I like to explain things to y'all and give you any little helpful tips. You know, in case you're growing your own garden. And that bush grows fast. I just cut that about a week or so ago, a little bit more than a week ago. Beautiful day. Say, you love it out here, don't you? Huh? Yes, you do. No clouds. It's pretty quiet. Not even any birds, hardly. In the morning is when you hear the most. See how the shade comes over back here later of the evenings? It's something after 6 right now. And then by about 7, well, about 6, this must be a little later, most of this bank will be shade, and that's when I try to mow that, is with all that shade. But as the sun moves, it starts like moving up the hill, the shade does. And then it'll be gone for a while. I put one of those suet blocks out about 3 days ago and it's gone already, so I'm gonna wait a little while. The chipmunks found out that was weed, or they could eat it over there next to the furnace, and they've eaten every bit of it. I'd say it'll get replanted because a lot of the seeds are just laying around. I noticed, so it'll probably grow back. I put some of them in the bird feeder. I don't know if I got them yet or not. The birds. What you doing? Huh? Say. Yeah, it's nice out. I like it when everything's mowed. I need to weed eat, but when everything's been mowed, it's not really grown a whole lot yet. That's when I like it. I wish it stayed like that. Anyway, y'all, I think Kitty and I will continue walking. I just don't want to make this a super long video. It's already a little longer than I thought. I didn't realize it was already, what's that? Almost 24 minutes. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this garden update and taking a walk with Kitty. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. God bless. Say bye, Kitty. I say I'm busy. Bye, everyone.